done to a girl.
So, if you guys know Tom Likas, there's something called a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And like,
shit.
basically,
You about to tell this story? Let's do it.
Okay, so basically, right, I was with this chick, and we were kind of like fizzling out. It wasn't working out, but she got pregnant. And then I kind of told her like, yo, we can work this out. Don't worry about it. But we can't have kids right now. And then I did a Hail Mary. And now I'm here.
No, tell them what the Hail Mary is. Tell them what the Hail Mary is. Tell them what it is. Okay. Go all the way.
Okay. So the Hail Mary is, for example, right, where like you tell the chick what she wants to hear, and you can have kids later on, make her get an abortion, you take her to McDonald's, get a McGriddle, and an orange juice, you sit her down, you tell her about life, and you started this happen, and you never see her again. Wait.
That got really dark.
You couldn't get her a nicer.
Get stoned!
Shotgun. Murray out of the pocket. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. Murray heaves it downfield. It's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nerd Chronicles with your host, Associate Awkward Nerd Christian Paul speaking. A while ago, when I was discussing about the Fresh Prince CEO situation with Daisy and everything else, he was basically discussing on a quick episode with the roommates approximately 3 years ago, in which he was actually discussing about the Hail Mary, right? He was mainly discussing about, you try to mack a girl in there, do like a hardcore version of dirty macking, say some sweet nothings to her ear, just try to get up in her bed, try to make her believe everything's going to be all good. I'll be your best friend. I'll be your hubby. I'll be your wife and all this other stuff. Just as you do and clap them cheeks. You know what I mean? And, you clap the cheeks, say you're going to have protection, slip out, the protection, go in there, all uncovered up, not fully guarded, remove your vest unbeknownst her knowledge, go clapping and raw. Boom! 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 Right? And then the moment, you say you're going to have that baby, and come to find out, the woman gets pregnant, she has the baby, and all of a sudden, switcheroo comes up, right? Tell the chick, yo, get an abortion, I don't have nothing right now, I'm broke, and then block the number, disappeared, never to speak to her again. This is the Hail Mary, basically, according to Fresh Prince CEO. Now, I'm going to be more specific in the situation. This is the male version of the Hail Mary, of Fresh's Hail Mary. Now, I want to get with the female version of the Hail Mary. Now, the female version of the Hail Mary is, a woman shows that she likes you. She flirts with you, You actually hit it off. She has all these flirting, subtle signals, and everything, showing interest and everything. Wants to hang out and everything else, and make sure things go well. You know what I mean? Basically, actually boosts up your ego. Gives you belief that we're gonna be best friends. Gives you belief that we're actually gonna be having some strong potential for a long time. Believing that, hey, don't even treat it as some friends, but we're going to be these friends going for it in the long term, Don't be thinking about it in this way and all that stuff, They trying to get you in your good graces. Unbeknownst to you, she's actually trying to acquire something from you, or acquire something for someone that's actually close to you. Now, things barely go well. You plan things out. You plan a date and everything else. And once she actually gets this said task mainly done on what she really wants, then all of a sudden, boom, she's gone. Block number. She blocks you unbeknownst to your knowledge while you're actually doing busy, literally doing your thing. She blocks you, never speaks to you again, and you left thinking like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck is mainly going on with all this shit? And you wondering why this stuff is mainly happening. I know, I understand it's basically flaking out and everything else. It's just a sin and a shame that you have to endure something like this in this very manner. Now, what's similar with the two versions is, you know, they want to use that particular person just to acquire something from them, not really someone that actually truly cared for them as a romantic partner or as a deep and best friend interest or anything like that. They're looking to actually try to gain from that person, even if it means really try to backstab them just to try to get ahead, or really try to maintain their ego or maintain their knots counts, or actually try to maintain their reputation. That's what a lot of these fraudsters mainly do. You know what I mean? I can relate to a situation like this, you know, when like I basically me and Daisy's situation. I know personally Daisy, her character is mainly shot as it is, and I know probably Karma is probably getting into her right now. But dealing with other women that actually Fresh is mainly dealing with and all these things, I could fully understand and actually relate to their frustration and how the hurt that they're mainly feeling literally at that particular moment. Because it happened to me when it actually came to a day that I was actually interested in regards to that, right? You know, giving me sweet nothings, you know, giving me belief that everything is actually going to work out, giving me actual realistic advice, you know, saying that, you know, you actually try to actually do better, actually have more responsibility, get things done on time, get things done down to the nth degree. And all of a sudden, whenever we actually plan dates out and things like show things, everything's going to be fun whenever things get done, all of a sudden, you know, block number. You reach so-and-so, please leave your name and number, and then you call a week later, same thing, straight to voicemail, no dial tone, no nothing, you know, no response saying happy birthday, no checkup, see how you're doing, everything else. It's gone completely ghost, gone completely gone. And I believe I discussed that basically a while ago when it came with dealing with somebody that actually deals with traumatic issues. And I want to let the ladies and gentlemen that are actually listening to this video know very clear. All right, to those that have been victimized by some situations like this, you know, that actually got caught blindsided and actually felt backstabbed over some things like this, understand that it's not your fault. You know, there's so many outcomes, there's so many ways of why they would actually literally try to block you, literally try to actually ghost you completely out the loop. Many different reasons why, many different stuff why, even though you have like some commitments, there's many different reasons why they would actually try to flake on you like the way that they did, and why they would deceive on you the way that they did, and you end up being blindsided by it. That's basically a reflection on their character and how shitty their character is, and how immature and insecure when it comes to responsibilities, and how deeply insecure they really are when it comes to their inner self-worth in terms of their character, as well as not fully handling responsibility for their own actions, not making the effort to seek therapy, not making the effort to actually seek stability up in their lives, not only just for themselves, but also for their potential mates as well as their potential child or children. You know, take my situation for instance. You know, the woman that mainly blocked me unbeknownst to my knowledge, take note, she was in like some crazy situationship with her baby dad, and they all lived together up in the same apartment that they actually continue to room together. And it turns out she was really trying to string me on just to actually try to get this favor. But also take note that she was dealing with a very abusive household. She was dealing with like a very complex traumatic childhood, in which her father neglected her as a child, basically provided her with all the finances, but was never really fully there in her life. And the way I was suggesting her to get therapy and get everything sorted out, telling her what she's afraid of and everything else, it really just comes to show. And then take note, I also had like some subtle cues that she never really got rid of those photos of her and, you know, the partner and everything else, and you know, the situationship with the baby daddy and all these things. And I don't know if they're together or not, and I really don't care about the situation that mainly has. But with those things, and you got the heart emojis and everything, it just basically shows that she doesn't want to let him go either, and she's more than likely staying along the way that she's going. You know what I mean? The way that she's actually going just to literally try to backstab certain people, just to try to get ahead and actually just try to advance, basically shows ill moral compass and immoral compass, and of a shitty character that she truly has really deep down inside due to her immature ways socially, as well as her deep insecure ways whenever things go on, whenever it actually comes by, whenever, you know, the road gets tough in relationships and everything gets complex and she panics. You know, that's just a fallout, and that's when they'll literally flick and block the number just to avoid an awkward situation for her, thinking that everything's gonna actually smooth out. With the situation where she planned the baby with the baby daddy without having a ring on, she thinks she'll be able to smooth out and actually avoid the trauma that, you know, her mom actually underwent while they're still married. And mind you, her mom actually underwent the abuse from her dad, and yet they're actually still married all this time. And what does that tell you, right? What does that tell you right there? Mind you, with that, she was dealing with all that trauma and everything else that she actually suffered, thinking that if I get married, and she's saying I don't want to get married and everything else stemming from that trauma, thinking that she's going to get married, she's going to be up in the haunted horrors once again. While little does she know, she's creating more calamity, not just for her, but also primarily for her child. The way that she's going, the way the route that she's continuing to take, not making the will up to actually go seek therapy and actually give any more subtle advice, more practical advice on how to actually handle these situations in a much mature manner. And that basically reflects more poorly on her. Just like with the situation when it comes with Fresh and Daisy, it reflects way more poorly on Fresh and Fit. It reflects worse on Fresh than it actually does Daisy, even though she's been doing all this escorting things. Or it makes it worse for him. He picked the wrong type of woman. He failed to vet her properly. He failed to vet her for like ID checks and everything else. And we've all been there. You know what I mean? But I will definitely say this. For those that are hurting right now, okay? Understand something. You dodged crazy. You literally just had crazy dodge you right at that particular moment. You dodged a bullet. You literally just escaped calamity right at your door. Let they ass be. Fuck them. Let them go. Millions of people up to see you literally for you to actually have up in a relationship. You don't need to deal with that type of calamity and chaos up in your life. Okay? You ain't gotta actually deal with all these things. And for those that want to continue the flaking and the deception and everything else and want to perform the Hail Mary, if you will, I want to thoroughly and specifically forewarn you very calmly as well as very sternly. Universal karma will be knocking at your door when you least expect it. And when shit literally roughly hits the fan for you, and you come crying and you come panicking, you don't even know what the fuck that you gonna do. Don't become crying now to the dude that you mainly just blocked now, or like the woman that you mainly bought saying, hey, let's work this out, let's get everything done, because you've burned that bridge. You burned that bridge completely the moment that you literally started to block and literally ghost to people that are literally trying to have your back from day one. And whenever things actually gets harsh with you, whenever some dude or whatever, when lady comes by that you're actually with, actually gets you played and actually fucks you over and puts you in like a damn loop and everything else, and actually gets you set up for failure, whatever shortcomings, whatever shortfalls you had, because any given moment shortfall can happen at any given time. Even if you make the top 10% of everything else, you know, like the top 10%. Or the top 5% when it comes to finances, looks, and game, and everything else, and even in when it comes to the beauty section, they're not immune from the Hail Mary either. You know what I'm saying? And it all reflects poorly on the person that does it based on their character, with a piss poor character, immaturity as well as insecurity. It basically comes to show that they're not strong enough internally, character-wise, and they're not mature enough to handle you and actually handle their deeds whenever they go south, whenever they flake out, just like that. And whenever they don't even hold their end of the bargain. And if they have an objection based on what they're saying, you know what I'm saying, they're basically afraid to actually speak on objection what they feel, you know. These are the people that you want to be with. But if you actually do object and have some disagreements, and even some minor disagreements and everything else, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. It shouldn't be like a make or break thing, but you know, you get hit by the Hail Mary over some shallow nonsense, everything else, man. Basically, this comes to show that you dodged a bullet with that particular person, And also saying, when one won't do, another one will do it much, much better. You know what I'm saying? Universal karma will get those that do the Hail Mary, and I'm talking to those directly that in regards to that. It will be coming at you hard when you least expect it. And when you come crying help, don't come me coming for our help, because it's not our problem. And that's that. Chris and Paul from the Chronicles. And sign out. Deuces.
Juicy.